Hello, D&Ders, RPGers, Game Masters, anybody into, well, playing a fun game. I have a really interesting video I'm going to talk about. It should be short, so it's just something to think about. And the title of this thing is Less is More. And the reason why less is more is because I was playing with Mike and I found out that some of this is so much better with the less I have. Now, I have pretty done some pretty extensive things with playing as far as like putting stuff together, right? Mike wanted to DM and he doesn't have all the technical, I'm writing web pages for all the images and also this stuff. He wanted to basically just kind of like do it super old school. Okay. And I always get a little nervous. Hopefully it doesn't get boring, but just to kind of let you see what I've done. If I look at something like we did Keep on the Borderland, and this is Lord Binford's Keep. And every time you click one of these buttons, there's a pop out and it's some guy, right? So I have pictures, I have things that are going on for each one of these things. You go to the blacksmith, I have all these different aspects of playing this game, right? Even down to in the corner, there's Seamus McClure who can sell. So what was funny was I've started doing this because, well, I guess I go into teacher mode and I'm big on the visuals. Everybody's got to see something. But there is some issue with that. I'm actually overpainting. I call it overpainting your imagination, right? Even the last endeavor we're doing, it's kind of set in a white box ending, delving deeper. It's actually this is for um, game playing with Mike and Chuck and my brother Mick. I am not actually recording it because my brother Mick says a lot of things I don't want to put online because he's funny like that. But even then, like I show them like images like this, like an old map that they're using, and it's fun. However, the context of what's going on, it does something which is hard to explain. So we're playing in a world or a realm of our collective imagination. So in this sense, I truly think that the concept that less is more, okay? Even down to the way I have like my pre-gen character sheets that I'm actually very, very proud of that I put online for people to enjoy, okay? And why would I do this? Well, it's to, how would you say, hearken or speed, how would you say, a method of play for people that just want to do a one shot. So I have all these put online, and ultimately you just click it and you get a character, right? I mean, how simple is this? Okay. However, there's always like an easier way of doing it. Originally, this is like a year or 2 years ago. I don't know what it was, how many years ago, but I had the simple, very simple 4x6 note card, right? That I've been using. Okay. And I said, well, I'm going to use this thing again and I'm going to play with Mike. So the 4x6 note card is so simple. It's just things displayed out. Now I know I changed a little of these parameters a little bit just for because I did the stats checking and how infrequent that you get a 17 or 18. It's like less out of that 1 out of 100. So why not make them a little bonus or do whatever you want? But then again, less is more. These are just two little note cards. So when I sat there and rolled my character up, I looked at things a little differently. This is kind of a strange thing. I wanted to do it in some way that kind of mimics what's supposed to happen or what was supposed to be done. So I actually have a little. Let me go back and I'll show you this thing. A little thing for use. It's called the 3D6 straight down sheet. I use this because I try to keep it legit. So when I click this thing, it gives me 12 sets of 3D6 straight down. And I had to pick from it to make my characters. Now that was kind of like, I could have rolled them myself, but this way I was trying to show Mike it's completely legit. I just, boom, this is what I'm using. And I'm not like, how would you say, fudging my rolls because I want to make it whatever it was. I could pick any, I only have 4 characters, any of these I want. So basically I get 12 choices. I'll have to pick 4 of them for my dudes, right? So it kind of worked out really kind of nice, right? So, but then the other thing we did, Mike says he wants it super old school. You map as you go. And that is very powerful when you're playing a game because I don't know what's going to happen. And maybe he does, right? And in the sense, I basically, even though I still got to tweak with the webpage because I like to do it, I put all the character cards down below. Okay. So I can easily scroll down and take a look at what's going on. Okay. Now, I still have them right here in hand, okay, that I'm using. when I'm playing, I actually lay them out on the table next to me. And so I'm playing, it makes it super easy. But I'm supposed to play a game tonight. I'm probably going to make everybody write their own thing on a note card. I think when you write down, you see what you got. But it's going to be super fun. And the other thing I must say, it's counter to what's kind of been done, is less rolls by players, more rolls by the dungeon master. You say, what? Skill checks, maybe, right? But thief checks, see whether or not you pass something. Oh, I'm listening for a noise. Did I pick a lock? Did I say that? I make Mike do all those rolls because technically speaking, I should not know whether or not I'm heard. I should not know whether or not I actually undid a trap until it may spring on me, and I got to do a saving throw. So part of the concept there is that actually really enhanced the game for me. Okay. I say that's probably very, very critical and probably something you should think about when you're playing this game, is that going totally old school, like Mike says, let me get behind a file cabinet and explain things and you just do stuff. That's fine. In fact, I didn't want to see any of his rolls. I think we just kind of wanted to play it. Like, it was way more fun, at least for me as a player, not knowing what's going on. And when he describes things, I'm kind of drawing it out, trying to visualize what things are going on. It requires an active imagination. Unfortunately, I think that's been pulled out a little bit of the game in probably later editions, where everyone gets to roll dice for every action they get to do. But there's something really, really phenomenal about the fact that I don't know whether or not I was heard. I don't know whether or not I'm actually am I visible? I'm just trying to find. I'm 5 out of 6. I'm a halfling. Am I visible? So it's something to think about when you're playing, trying to keep it at that point. Now, I would love to hear y'all's comments. Just put it down at the bottom on how you play it. I know my target audience, nice fun, is between the ages of essentially 45 and 60. People are playing this style of game, and it's interesting seeing people's comments. So if you want to comment, throw your dog in this fight, be my guest. So I think any kind of comments whatsoever. With that, I hope you have a great day, and just, game on.